What's going on, everybody? Busy Gamer Dad back again for another session gameplay series involving Legend of the Keepers. Dun, 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 dun. So if you don't know by now, over here on this channel for Busy Gamers, we try and showcase games that are good for session gameplay, the games that are easy enough to pick up, put down, and then pick up again at a later date. Lends themselves to about 20-30 minutes of gameplay, or has a good pause mechanic in a sense where you can come back to it after you've had a busy week or a busy day of adulting and doing things, and then come back to it for some period of unwinding. So this week, like I said, we're going to be doing Legend of the Keepers. Now, I've dumped probably about 12 to 15 hours into this game already when I first got it, and it was a lot of fun, but then busy gamer life took over and I had a lot of things that I needed to focus on. So I'm actually going to start with that save, and I want to show you guys actually, you know what? I will start a new one. I'll change that real fly type on the cuff. We're going to change it, do a brand new mechanic or a brand new character. Let's load my game up because there's one character that I have two characters unlocked. I have the Enchantress and I have the Slaveholder. The Enchantress I have not played hardly any of. The Slaveholder's the one I have at level 12. He's got a bunch of perks, and we're in a little bit more of the middle tier gameplay for him. So I think we'll start off with the Enchantress though. The reason why I love this game is it functions very much like a hierarchy in a corporation, and you'll see what I'm talking about as we get into the actual flow of the gameplay. But this is your starting screen. You get to pick the map you want to play on. You have several that you can choose from. I usually recommend you start from the beginning because that's as good a place to start as any. Down here you'll see the monsters that you'll have allocated to you from the start. You'll be able to pick up ones later on. If you complete this, you get some rewards. And then these are the default type of demons or monsters that you're going to have access to. So these are demons and these are elementals. And the Enchantress, you know, it follows suit with what their, you know, master attributes are. So the Slaveholder might have more orcs and undead and demons. Again, also that's part and parcel for some of the scenarios that you choose to play through. So if I were to go into this one here, you'll see that I have some infernal demons and other things like that, or I have underwater demons and creatures of the deep. So that's not like always going to be the case, but in the method of playing the game, you do have certain monster prevalence that will come around. All right, and then below this top row of monsters is actually going to be a row of traps that come around, and you have to set up your traps accordingly to what you want to inflict on the party of heroes. So in this game, your objective is to defend your dungeon against waves of heroes, and they get progressively harder and buffed. You get more minions, more monsters that are better, etc. It's not necessarily an auto battler. You do have action and agency when you are in the various steps of the dungeon, and how you set up your dungeon you do have control over. That's not random, that's perfectly in your control, and it's a learning curve on what might affect certain things. And this game is wonderfully tooltipped, so you can see where everything you think is going to happen should happen. And there are going to be some we'll say chaos factors that the heroes throw into the mix. So I've been rambling for about, I don't know, 4 minutes now and not showing you any gameplay, so I might as well jump into it. So we're going to jump into the Enchantress. Like I said, haven't played her at all. I would love to see what we can do with this character and get into it.
Welcome, Cyril. I know that the humans' advance on the forest worries you. As we promised at the job interview, we set up your office in the Inebria Valley, so you have ample opportunity to hunt between contracts. Take the time to practice on those brave enough to chop down the forest.
So like I said, it's a very corporate-esque kind of idea where you have this government agency or company that you're working for. It's funny. I like the humor in here. Now we do have a ability to, let's see here, stack an elemental weakness applied by magic brambles. These are all for, I think, her individually. Monsters and masters attack with the ability to apply damage over time effects. Oh, okay. Add 2 trends to the starting. I think I'm gonna do, okay, I don't have any talent points. Okay, so there is already one already there. Okay, that's great, that's awesome. All right, so then we'll go back into it. And then we go back into customize. Nope, we're okay. We can do customization. And then if I click back, what happens? There we are. That's where we need to go. Click back. Right. Like I said, busy gamer life. Daddy has been working around sick kids, sick himself, sick wife, all that stuff. All right. Let's see here. Difficulty, disaster, restroom, 3 heroes, normal. All right, off we go. Preparation phase. So this is the flow of the events. You pick a fight, very a la like Slay the Spire or any type of card deck builder that you might be into. And we set up the rooms accordingly. So in the top, you'll see the flow of the rooms. There's monsters, there's traps, there's an event, like you as the dungeon master hit them with something, another trap room, monster fight, and then you yourself. You can, and I have very rarely gotten through an entire session where they don't reach me at all. It's hard to do. It's really hard to do, and you got to pay very close attention to things. All right, so now we're going to look at our monsters. We have Dunless, he's a fire elemental. We have Felaris, the succubus. We have Aureus, the wind elemental, and then we have Tool, the Trent. Now I'm looking for who is going to be our tank. None of you really have, well, the fire elemental does. And so I guess they will be our tank for right now. And then we'll just real quick, ice damage. This is going to be rough, because the fire elemental is naturally going to be weak against the ice damage. So he is going to be just destroying our fire elemental. But it seems like everyone is weak to fire. Okay, good to know. Could you be our nature weakness back fire? I think I almost want to, I think I have to put you in front. And there's nothing around that. Fire elemental front, or fire damage to the front. You do air damage and air weakness. That doesn't really work well with our team. No one else is doing air. But you and you two could, in theory, do pretty well. Yeah, you come back down here. Yeah, you come there. And then, let's see here. Max life damage per, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Put you there. And then attacks ricochet to the hero position. I think I'll put you here. Do you have any in the middle? No, just all area ice damage. You're weak against ice. You're weak against ice. Front and front. I think they're just going to chew through this room. There's nothing that we can really do to stop that. All right, and then you're probably going to go the fastest. So in the bottom corner, you'll see these are the speeds that they go. This is their motivation. This is their life, and then this is the power. And then you have the various stats that I'm reading right over here. I think I'm going to apply, you're going to go probably the fastest out of, nope, the succubus is, okay. And no, he's actually going to go the fastest, the thug with the ripped off arm for some reason. But you know what, I'm going to put Tool in there just because he's the only one who doesn't really have a weakness to ice. And he's got strong against nature, and it seems like that's what these guys are doing. Well, fire, I suppose. He definitely has a weakness to fire. All right, fair enough. Trap room. We can apply weakness, we can apply poison, and we can apply ice damage. I think I'm going to... They all have ice resistance, so I think I'm going to do the poison. And that's a room that I do whatever I'm going to do in there. And then I'm going to put the elemental prism in here. Yep. And then that'll set these guys up. You are definitely our tank. You are definitely a tank. I should split these guys up next time. Yeah, we have no choice but to put these three in here. So, let's see here. 80 ice damage in the front. Sure. Yep. Nature damage there. And fire damage there. Yeah, I need to break that room up better. And then there's our enchantress right there, ready for the people to come and try and loot the golds. Here we go. Yep, pretty much just one-shot him. Now we get to pick what we're going to do. I am going to... So you can see here you have two ways of defeating your combatants. You have to kill them, drop their life to 0, or you have the morale meter. And there's various attacks that attack morale or attack their life meter. There are certain enemy types that you cannot effectively kill them. You need to demoralize them and send them out of your dungeon that way. And vice versa, there's just no way that you can always use morale-based attacks to effectively clear the enemies. You need to be looking at what your abilities do and what works best to hurt the opposing team. Over on the left-hand side is the action meter, so you get to, or your timeline essentially. So we'll have our succubus go, then our fire elemental, then one hero in the back there, Finte the elf, will heal and will do ice area damage, and that's just going to kill both of them. So I'm going to try and do probably the most effective thing I can do, which is if I can do infection as opposed to the infernal kiss, but I need to get this guy dead. Let me do the infection. Let me do widespread damage, because this room is going to be a bust in general. Get him hurt, and then I'm amazed that we actually got a chance to attack. And then if I did max health damage, yeah, I'm just going to do that right on you in the back. That's good. And that'll finish him off. The spell and effect animations in this game are just top notch. I love them. Alright, now let's see here. This affects everybody, where this goes for the one in the back. I think I'm going to do this one because the poison trap is next, and that will really work well. So he's probably going to fail this time. Yep, he's not going to get a chance to go. And then he faints or gets destroyed. And then do the poison damage. Yep, and the nature resist fell off, unfortunately. Alright. Now, let's see here. Apply seed to the next monster group. Each monster gains 10% once transform. Let's see, okay. Fire damage to the back, that would kill that one. And nature weakness. I think I'm going to focus on destroying that one in the back just to get rid of their damage. Now the reason why I put this one here is because every room those status effects fall off. So I put this in the back here just so I could get the max amount of utility from the crystal orb or sphere. So this is what I was talking about before. See, the purple meters what's going down, not their actual life. And both of these attack their morale. But this one affects tiredness, which reduces the damage dealt. And I think I'm going to need to do that. Yep, and then their morale is going to drop down as well, which means that they're going to do less damages, and they're going to take more damage. Yep, do your thing, take nature damage, that's fine. It's ice weakness. You don't have an ice attack, you have nature. So let me do... I think if I just swing for the fences here, just do the damage to their frontliner. And then if I did nature weakness to the back, to the front, I think I'm going to do to the front. And he's not doing nearly as much damage. And then both there. So he'll die next turn when we get our actions. He's going to finish off our ice sculpture. Okay. Good. Yep. Finish him off right there. And then I'll do that. We'll put him in the threshold to take more damage. He's not going to be able to get through this guy before we finish him off. So I want to apply nature weakness first. And then... oh, just finish him off. There we are. Good. We were able to survive our first day on the job. And then we get to pick. We successfully won, so now we get to pick. And I do need a frontliner for that other room. But having passive thorns, start of everybody. This is a new one, Fire Impaler. That's an interesting. Odawal. Let's do Odawal. Let's have some fun with that. These are monsters I've never seen before, so that's really cool. And then when monsters are defeated, they lose morale, and that's what you're seeing here. So you gotta your monsters need sick time, your monsters need recovery time, etc. So we click this button right here, and we're actually able to take care of the monsters and allocate them appropriately. So let's see here. If gains thorns if target is affected by burn. Okay. Applies 2 burns. So these two would work really well with each other. You would probably work well with this guy. No. I think I'm going to leave it the way it is, though. Yes. Yeah. Let's leave it the way that is. And we'll go. So these are the traps right here. Okay, good. Now, we get to pick. We can go to the merchant. We can go to training. That gives us some opportunities to upgrade our monsters using our resources down here. We can get or upgrade traps. The merchant allows us to buy items, artifacts that we can put down here. So we have 3 currencies. We have money. We have tears, which is what you get when you scare the heroes away. And then you get blood when you defeat the heroes. And those are required catalysts to upgrade your monsters. I think what I want to do is I want to... The merchant sells monsters. This is to train our current monsters. I'm going to do the... Yeah, I'm going to do the training. So front damage ricochets to heroes affected by burn. Upgrades their fire damage. What about you? Gain a number of thorn stacks equivalent to the total number of thorn stacks the other monsters in the group benefit. Okay, that's quite expensive for him. What about you? Reduces the fire damage. I think I would like to... When an earth elemental is defeated. Interesting. Okay, so applies to poison. Okay. And makes it so they have that. I think because we're in a snow area, I want to try and reduce the amount of snow damage that we're going to be taking. And it seems like he's the one who's going to benefit from it. That's kind of expensive, but... Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that. And you know what? Let's upgrade our Trent. And then we'll leave there, and then we'll be completely broke. Of course, we don't have enough resources for this, but let's do the event. Oh dear, let's see here. These are all random, by the way. They're not anyway predictable. A giant worm has oozed its way into the lower levels of the dungeon. What would you like to do? If we kill it, we get 100 gold. If we eat it, you'll gain 100 life. But, oh, okay, we don't need to. But if we offer it, everyone gets happy. So let's offer it up. And so from there, you'll see everybody got more morale back. Everybody's happy. So again, those are the things you got to plan for. You're running your own company. You're running your own business, your own satellite store, whatever you want to call it. You were invited to a work lunch with your employees. They are chanting your name when your turn to pay. Everyone comes. Okay, motivation. So we should have, let's see here. We don't have, unfortunately, we don't have the resources. Maybe we should have sold that and gotten this. We don't really need to do this. I'm going to ignore it. All right, adventures, difficulty, frozen caves. Here we go. Next wave. We'll go through, set this up as quick as possible. So now we're going to get a whole different set of heroes with different abilities. Barbarian, minstrel, and the rooms are all randomized as well. So if we do ice weakness, what's in this room? No fire damage. That's not going to help them at all. So if I did this, though, that would be great. Let's see here. Replaces one of her penalties with a bonus 3 start a fight. So I don't want to put that there because she will get the ability to use that. Enrage, broken armor. Yeah, so I actually don't want to do that. With a bonus at the start once a turn. Okay, so let's see here. It will help with dealing with these two, but it will not help with dealing with her. So I'm going to actually just drop this in there. And then we have the poison guy, but we need to put this guy in front. You're in the front. Air damage, okay. Physical. You have some pretty good armor. And nature damage. Okay. Alright, so if I put you there and you there, front, area. And then he's gonna go first. He dodges the first attack. So he'll go first, but dodge it. And then he won't actually be able to do anything. That's unfortunate. But this will effectively peel off that dodge if I choose to do that. Or if I choose to focus nature damage on the front, that'll work out fine. Now here, if I do... You know what? I think in this room, we're going to have to go... Let's go to the previous room. I think we're actually going to have to do the prism in this room. And then from this room, if we do the frog. And then here, that's our ability. We can do the bramble, or we can do all that. And then we'll put, because they'll have the frog and the nature damage, we'll put you out in front. Minus air damage. Oof. What about you? Yeah, you are going to be the one in front because you do air damage. And then we'll do this one here. And then we'll do... There's no real easy way to put this. I don't want to drop him in, but I kind of have to because he's our level 2 guy. Alright, there we are. And there I am. Off we go. Let's see how we can do on this. Status effect. They're going to run into the next room. She's going to do her ability to change that into a buff. Oh no, on her turn. I needed the rats. Okay, that's unfortunate. And now it's my turn here. I think I'm going to fire damage, nature damage. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the nature damage on everybody, because then there's no telling what she'll take off from that. Area, magma ball. Oh, and he got it peeled off of him from the trap, I think. Okay, awesome. So then if I were to do this, right there, and then if I were to do burning spikes, and then everybody gets thorns. That's actually really well. Really good. Really, really good. And you're going to die, but he's going to take a little bit of damage, which is okay. He's dead, which is good. Awesome. Awesome. This is actually working out in our favor pretty well. Now I'll do... The next one is nature. Apply poison. So if I keep stacking the poison, will that work? Do we want to do that? Burn is just max health damage. Do I want to focus on just the front one? I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to focus on just the front one. And spread it around, because this room's going to get trashed anyways. And we'll do burn damage here. So like I said, the spell effects in this game are so cool. I love the spell effects in this game. They took some time to really do that. And you're going to finish succubus off. That's fine. Yeah, and the death animations are really awesome too. Yep, and then poison, good. And then it's my turn. I'm probably gonna be able to finish off. Can I finish off the front one? Area, elemental weakness. Yeah, sure, do it. Finished off that one there, perfect. Yeah. And then just. Let's do the tiredness so that he doesn't hit so hard, because the barbarian, as they get lower on health, hits for that much harder, and it's really kind of awful actually. And then we'll just finish him out. Here, bam, gone, done. An earth impaler. That could be nice. Gargoyle does air attack and bleed, morale, and air damage on the back unit. I think I need... We have enough tanks, so I need to do something to get morale damage up. So I think I'm going to do this guy. You don't do morale. You do morale on an area effect. Let's do the gargoyle. Yeah, let's do the gargoyle. Yep, and then everybody's mad. Alright, now, let's... Engineering, upgrade traps, or an event. We have another business trip and event here. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? You guys are getting pretty chewed up. So I think if I go... Let's see what the merchant has to offer. An ice impaler, rat trap, and then psycho imps. Let's see here. Ricochets position behind the target if it's below 50% morale. But you're only 25? Is there a reason that you're only 25? Probably because you only do that once. Yeah. You go crazy fast, though. I think I'm going to do the ice impaler. Yeah, we'll do the ice impaler and then we'll leave. Volunteer 3 employees to plunder, or choose an employee to protect sales and during business travel. Let's do the plunder. We get 3 choices now. We get to send them wherever. We get a trap upgrade, but there's a risk. Volunteers, there's a low risk, but they set a monster free, so we get a monster in our group. And then we get no reward, but we get 3 morale. And there's one chance that there's a 75% chance. That's a high percent chance. Let's do the set the monster free and morale. Hey, we freed another ice elemental on everybody who went. Yeah, awesome. So that should help out a little bit. Yeah, great. Let's see, our training. We don't have enough resources for that, and thankfully it tells you. Excuse me, sneeze a little bit there. Let's do a workout. Let's get ourselves buff. Power, regeneration. Let's do the power. Sure. Might as well. They're going to get to us eventually. And then we'll do an event. What's the event? Elemental attacks apply an additional effect. A wizard with a strange hat has fallen from the sky and landed in the entrance hall. He was carrying a magical artifact. I am definitely going to take that. Alright, now, here we have our first choice. And I think I'm going to save that for our next video. We are going to have to take the veterans, or we're going to have to take on the easy fight. The rewards at the end are a trap and some gold, or a monster and some gold. It's been my experience that if you don't take some harder fights throughout the course of your events, you will not be prepared for late game winning, because your monsters will be just too weak and you won't have enough resources. Because you'll see that the bottom tier of the gold is the top tier of the easy fight. And we're only going to get a trap anyways. We don't really need a trap. I don't think, we need to upgrade the ones that we have. So I really think we're going to lean into taking the veteran fight. But we'll find out in the next episode. Busy Gamer Dad showing you Legend of the Keepers for our session gameplay series. We'll have another 2 videos about this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. But if not, that's up to you. Thank you very much for stopping by. Hopefully you have good luck and some fun out there. Bye.